Review email sequence. In the last video, we discussed the theory behind generating product reviews. I appreciate the audio was not quite up to scratch at times, so I wasn't able to actually finish the email sequence, which is going to be your best method for actually generating your reviews. So in this video, I'm just going to touch on that. And to clarify from the last video, your most important aspect will be firstly having a great product, which we have set up and arranged in previous videos. Secondly, to have the best customer service on the market, and with those two aspects, it will be easy for you to get reviews, far easier than your competitors that may have an inferior product and certainly inferior customer service, because we can work on generating the best product on the market, which we've touched on previous videos, but there is absolutely no excuse for not having the best customer service on the market. If you really care about your business, you'll care about your customers, and it's important to keep them informed, provide them with some real value and information, and make sure they get an equally good service as they do a product. So get those right, and then the last thing you can do is get your email sequence set up. And we have talked about in the previous video the best email providers that you can use, automated email sequences for Amazon specifically, and the links for those will be attached to this video as well as in the report we provide to you. So that will be primarily with Helium 10. It will be the company that we suggest, because you'll get all the features of all the other features that they have. Fantastic facilities for selling on Amazon, and you'll get a lot out of that. So check those out and just choose which one is best for you, depending on whether you want Helium 10's all their features or just the one-off email sequence provider. So what I primarily want to touch on is your actual email sequence in this video, and the best times to do that, because that is just as important as the actual emails you send. Because if you send them at the wrong time, then that you're unlikely or will not get any reviews. So as I explained in the previous video, you can't send emails now advising on delivery times. That's against Amazon's terms of service, and whilst they might not pick up on it, if they did, you might get a warning on your account, and you may even, if you continue to do so, get your account suspended. So the reason for that is because they send their own emails out to their customers, and they don't want duplication, because customers are getting more and more frustrated with spam emails, and they don't want to just be sent emails for no reason. So leave the when the product will be delivered email to Amazon. The first email I would send, however, is on the day of delivery, and that's not to say purely just to say your product's going to be delivered today, because they will know that. You can, however, put that in there, but what you want to do is actually provide some value in every single email and give a reason for you actually sending an email, instead of just sending an email for email's sake. So as I touched on in the previous video, I will be sending you our tried and tested email templates, which you can tailor for your brand. So I'm not going to go into what actually to write on each email, as that might take some time, and it will be provided in the attached document that goes alongside this lesson. So all I want to do is just touch on highlight what you should actually put in each email. So the day of delivery email, you want to provide something of sort of a knowledge base for your customer in relation to the product that you're looking to sell. So I would go with something like a free ebook, which you can write yourself, and you can actually do on something simple as Word, and you can just write it out, put some pictures in there, and send them an ebook, perhaps with a picture on the front relating to your product. Or if you want it to be more professional, you can actually get it formed into an actual sort of Kindle publishing, or actually get it published into a proper book or ebook using facilities such as Fiverr, as we have done on previous videos. However, just to keep it simple, I don't think customers are expecting a novel here. All they really want is a basic tutorial of how to use the product, and that could be in the form of something as simple as 2 or 3 pages of A4 up to perhaps 10 pages or 20 pages, depending on how in-depth or how much you need to tell them about their product. So for me, selling perhaps weightlifting belts, what I do is I will provide one ebook on this occasion about the best use for weightlifting belts, how they can actually apply them, the best way to put them on, and the best exercises to use them on, as well as perhaps a form guide for those exercises using a weightlifting belt. So what I'm looking to do, or what you should look to do in this email, is to provide some real genuine information and value to your customer that they can actually use to go alongside your product. Now, it does have to be specific to your product, otherwise really what's the point in doing it? And you may think that if you have a basic product that everyone knows how to use, that you can't actually come up with an ebook, but no, I'm sure you can find something, because whilst everybody may know how to use gym gloves, for example, you may be able to provide something that complements that. So here's the top 10 exercises to use your weightlifting gloves for, and here's a form guide for those exercises, and here's a training plan to go alongside those. So whilst everyone clearly knows how to put some gloves on, you're providing some value to go alongside when they would actually use that product. So in the gym, these are your best exercises, how to perform them correctly, and then here's an actual example of a training plan that you could use for those. So that's what I'll do on day one. So by the time they've actually got the product in hand, you've already provided something that your competitors have not. Some brands are providing ebooks, but the majority of them aren't. So if you can provide them something and make it real good quality, it doesn't have to be high quality in terms of its production, but actually the content should be very high quality and be something that they can genuinely use. And what you're doing there is a great form of customer service, and it's providing them something that helps you stand out, and it's just providing a bit more value there that's going to keep you in the front of mind in terms of your brand. The second email I'd look to send will be perhaps, and you can vary this depending on what you think's fit and depending on your product. It might be a product that you don't use every day. It might be something that you use, a gym belt you might actually only use once a week when you're training on legs or back. Or if it's something else, you might be using it every single day, such as gloves. Maybe you might wear those every day. So just tailor it to what your product or how often it's used. So in this email, I will just want to go back to email 1. I would not even ask for a review on this email, because they haven't got the product, they haven't tested it, and even if they get it straight away, they probably want to use it a few times before they can give a fair review. So the idea here is not to actually get a review. And it may not help with a review. It will help with a review over time, because the more times you contact them, it does keep you in the front of mind. But it's just building up that service and helping them out, providing a better customer service, and over time they're going to be more inclined to provide a product review after you provided such value. So we're going to do the same again on email 2. Now, some people will go in and ask for a review here, and I'll leave it down to you whether you think you should. However, if you go on to send further emails, people are just going to think you're pestering them by sending them a long line of emails. And I've found that by doing that, I've tried up to 5 emails, all of which asking for a review, and it hasn't actually helped convert more reviews over time. Even just one plug for a review at the end has provided roughly the same results. So don't go too request heavy, it's more value heavy. You want to provide more value than what you're asking for, otherwise they're just going to think all you're in it for is the review. So on email 2, which is 3 days after the delivery, and you can set that on the providers that I've suggested, depending on when the product will be delivered. Some of them might, if they have first class delivery or if they have standard delivery, it might be a different delivery date, but they will actually identify that for you, so it's an easy way to know when you're actually landing these emails. So here I'm going to provide even more value, and the way I'm going to do that is not in an ebook, but I'm just going to write it out in an email, some more useful tips for this product. So in the example of a weightlifting belt, you may say something like, did you know this belt is made of these materials, and this is the reason why it's better than some other competitors. And I'm just going through this on the fly, so I'm not going to read anything that we actually send them. And then I would go on to say something like, obviously this needs to be separate to what you've written in the ebook, but write something similar to, these are the top 10 exercises for muscle growth or something along those lines. Or if it's like a weight loss product, here are your top 10 exercises for weight loss. So you're just again going in to provide some extra value, and you could write something here like, if you have any issues with the product whatsoever, please don't just ask for a refund, please contact me and I will assist you as best I can. The reason for doing that is it will prevent refunds. It will prevent negative customer feedback. So whilst you might not get a review out of it, it will prevent negative results, because you're actually going to help them if the product's the wrong size, if it's not quite what they expected, or if there was some issue with the product. You can actually address this here and provide your contact details or a method for contacting you on Amazon, and you can resolve it with your customer directly, as opposed to them complaining to Amazon or leaving that negative review. So this will help you out with having less returns and less negative reviews. The first time I personally directly go in to ask for a review is 1 week after delivery. That has hopefully given them time to actually use the product, think about it, perhaps use it a few times, and form an opinion on what they think about the product, because it does have to be a fair and balanced review. When you ask for a review, you cannot say, please give me a positive review, and you can't do what they call incentivizing a review. So you can't say, I will perhaps send you a free product if you give me a positive review, because that will be incentivizing the customer to leave that positive review, and it won't be a fair reflection on your product. So that again is against Amazon's terms of service, and if you were to do that, they will certainly pick you up on it and you could potentially get banned. So don't ask for a positive review, just ask for an honest and genuine review. And given that we're selling the best products around, that won't be an issue. But what I will go on to say is something along the lines of, I just wanted to check in and see how you're getting on with the product. I hope you love it as much as we do. And I wouldn't say if you do love it, but I'll say it would be great if you can give us your feedback on the product in the form of a product review. It only takes 30 seconds and really means the world to us. And then I would provide the actual review link. And there are things on the likes of Helium 10 where you can actually put the link in 5 stars, or you could write out what you want to say, so leave your product review here, and by clicking on that it will take you to their product review page, so it's nice and easy for them to do. I'll then leave them alone because I've sent them 3 emails inside a week, and on the 4th week, so sort of 30 days after the delivery, I will again go in, and it won't be a direct copy of sort of email 3, but it will be something similar to that. So just say, I know you've had a product for 30 days now, I just want to check in and see how you're getting on. If you like the product, well, no. If you are able to leave us a product review, I would again go on to say something like, it really, really does help, and it helps spread the word to customers just like you on your thoughts on this product. So something along those lines. As I say, we have written out exactly what we write in our product reviews on the attached document. So just go in and say, it's been 30 days, how about leaving us an honest review? What I also do on this email is, now you can't sell to customers on here. You can't put direct links to products on or off Amazon. You cannot even send product links here. However, I would say something like, and obviously we'd like to have a product range at this time, and since we're all about actually building a brand, then I would say we have a number of similar products that you would love, and a number of which are on sale currently, if that's the case. Or just put a bit of a sales picture in there and say, we have a number of great products. All you have to do is search for our brand name on Amazon to check out our latest deals. And that way you will not only ask for a review, but you may actually pick up some quick and easy sales that don't cost you any money in advertising. And those cross sales really do make a difference if you're selling in high volume. So go in there, check in with your customers, provide some real good customer service, ask for the review in a polite way, and then just nudge them on to any products that you might want to sell to them.